Throughout my Crimson Desert playthrough, these were the two-handed swords I stuck with from beginning to end. One of them was incredibly easy to get early on, another took an entire quest line before I could finally craft it, and the last one I didn't unlock until after beating the full main story. And after finally beating Crimson Desert, at least the main quest line, I wanted to see if the final reward was actually worth it. So if you're looking for some really satisfying two-handed swords to use during your Crimson Desert playthrough, here's where to get them. Starting with the very first sword I used for a huge portion of my playthrough, the Righteous Verdict. And honestly, this is probably the easiest sword on the list to obtain. All you really have to do is head over to this location right here. There's an Abyss Nexus right above the area. So once you hit that Abyss Nexus, you're just going to go down to the camp. The camp is called Nightfall Expedition Camp. There's going to be a cave right on the wall. Just go through the cave. Once you go through the cave, it's nothing special. You don't have to go through anything crazy. You just go through it. It's one of the easiest swords to get in the game, and it's just sitting there too. So once you get it, you got it. Like I said, this sword genuinely carried me through a huge chunk of the game, especially once you start upgrading it and using it and putting on the Abyss gears that you get throughout your gameplay. The damage feels great. The heavy attacks hit hard. So if you're looking to get a really good sword early on, this is definitely the one to get. Okay, so this next one gets a bit more complicated because you have to go through an entire quest line. And the quest line is Aeserion the Great Serpent. So what you're going to do first is travel down to the lower left side of Delicia. You're going to see the Serpent Shrine area. Over by the Three Brothers Cliff, there's going to be an Abyss Nexus. You can travel to that. That is the closest Abyss Nexus to this. Finish the quest line. You're going to have to defeat 3 ancients, which all of this is on the map that you will be able to search. It is pretty easy to follow quest lines in this game. And once you do all of that, you're going to unlock the blueprints to all of the Aeserion weapons. And I'm going to show you how to obtain all of the material that you're going to need to craft the Aeserion Two-Handed Sword. First, you're going to need the easier ones to get, which is going to be Azurite and Copper Ore. Now, you could just travel the world and come across these naturally, or you can come to this spot over here on the far right of Delicia. I don't remember what the location is called. There is a specific name for it, but I call it Ore Island. And this has a various amount of ore materials that you can obtain. So if you're looking for any type of materials, a majority of them can be found right over here. You just go over to this area, and it is part of a quest line. So eventually you're going to end up here anyway, but you could also just travel here naturally, and it's going to have a lot of different type of ore, but the ore you're going to be looking for is Copper Ore and Azurite. The Azurite is a blue purplish material, kind of looks like a pine cone, and you know what the Copper Ore looks like. The next material you're going to need is Bizmuth Ore. Now, I found a pretty good spot at Drakefall Castle, a little bit in between Payloon, Delicia, and Hernand. But you're going to travel over here and you're going to see these little bismuth crabs everywhere. And it used to be a spot that you can infinitely farm, but it looks like it got patched because the crabs that were there before still haven't spawned back in. But luckily, I did leave some for later. You can get a very good amount of bismuth ore here, but not just bismuth ore. You can get a good amount of abyss cells as well. But yeah, defeat the crabs, obtain the ore and the abyss cells, and let's move on. Okay, the next material you're going to be looking for are Aesrion Scales. Now you're going to be going back to the Serpent Shrine for this. And not only that, you're also going to need a cuckoo pot so that you can store these away. And they're just laying around. You can pick them up with your force ability and then store them into your cuckoo pot. And that's basically it. And they're everywhere over here at the Serpent Shrine. Just look around and you're going to find them. For the last material that we're going to need for the Aeserion Two-Handed Sword, we are going to have to gather some more material to craft platinum. To craft platinum, you're going to need a gold bar, brimstone, mercury, and holy water. Now I'm going to show you where you can find all of these materials. This is a lot of steps, so I appreciate you guys' time. and I hope you appreciate all of the steps I'm taking to go and show you where everything is at. If you do, please show me by hitting the like button. So we're going to start with holy water, and you can get holy water at any of the confessionals in any of the big cities. I don't think you can get it anywhere else. So you can get up to, I think, like 4 per run. I'm not really all that sure, but yeah, go to any of the confessionals and you can purchase up to 1 holy water. Now we're gonna go get some brimstone, and you can go get brimstone over here at the Deadfire Mountains. You just go into the Deadfire Mountains area like I show you here, and you're gonna see these geysers, and the geysers are actually going to be some rock monsters. You're gonna kill the rock monsters and you're gonna get the brimstone. You don't necessarily need the brimstone mask to do this, but you will take some damage if you don't have it. Like I said, it seems like this you can still infinitely farm. You just fast travel back to this same area and some of them will respawn, and that's how you get the brimstone. Okay, next what you're gonna need to get is some gold bars, and to make some gold bars you need gold ore and golden apples. I'm going to show you the location of golden apples first. It's going to be over here at the Terev Castle area, a little bit further ahead of it. It's going to be in a flax garden. All you're going to do is look for hedgehogs that hold golden apples on their heads, and instead of killing them, all you gotta do is shine your blinding light on them and they're gonna drop them and you pick them up, and that's it. For golden ore, I found this cave a little bit below to the left of Demenis, and you just want to travel to this cave, and it is a gold ore cave. And in my new saved game, I actually went straight to this place, and there is a pickaxe right on the outside of it. You're gonna go to this cave and it just has a bunch of gold ore in here. Now you're going to be able to craft a golden bar. Now I'm going to show you the location of where to get mercury and how you're going to be able to harvest it. The first location is just to the right of Deadfire Mountain, pretty close to where you get the brimstone. You're going to see this little pond, and you're going to see the mercury just under the pond. You're going to need some sort of frozen ability to freeze the water and solidify the mercury. After a little while, the ice is going to break, and if you do it enough, all the water is going to go away and you're going to be left with a ton of mercury. And there's actually another location just above the W of Silver Wolf Mountain, and it's going to be the same thing. Once you have all the materials that you need for platinum, the gold bar, the brimstone, the mercury, and the holy water, you can go to any of the witches and go ahead and craft your platinum. Now, once you have all the materials, the Aeserion Scales, the platinum, the Bizmuth Ore, the Azurite, and the copper ore, you're going to be able to craft the Aeserion Longsword. It's a two-handed weapon, and in my opinion, one of the coolest looking swords in the game. Let me know how you feel about this sword. Is going through all the steps worth the effort for you? Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, for the final sword on this list, it's going to be the Twisted Verdict. And the only way you can obtain this sword is by finishing the main quest line of the game. All 12 chapters of the main quest line, and then the Twisted Verdict is yours. Now, it does have an attack of 40 at max level, so it does put it up there with some of the best two-handed swords in the game. And after seeing how many weapons out there that are really cool looking and exceed attack level 40, it almost feels as though this is a bit lackluster for being the end game reward for the main quest line. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Is Twisted Verdict worth it for being the final reward of the main quest line? I appreciate you guys for watching this video as far as you made it through. Now, if you could do me a favor of hitting the like button for the algorithm, subscribe if you're not subscribed, share my content with someone you might think will enjoy it, let them know to like, share, comment, and subscribe as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a good day, good night, and a good morning wherever you're at, and I'll see you in the next one.